Yeah, alright, there we go. So, game 1, MNF versus Rough, going to be taking place on Trap, and this is going to be Green Team, MNF, going to be running double Ohio, double Des Moines, Salem, double Moscow, Gearing, and Z52. What have you got?
I have a guy that I've muted apparently, nice. Montana, Ohio, double Des Moines, double Venezia, Gearing, Vampire, and Ragnar.
So,
Oh, I am gonna remove this guy from Blacklist so it doesn't look weird anymore.
yeah, I had to do that earlier.
Because it shows up in very black letters.
Yeah. See, you made a friend. Right, anyway. So, Henning, see this island in the middle of B Cap?
Yes.
Do you think you can slip a ship into that water in the middle of it? Because then it's invincible, right?
But it's not because, you know, this island doesn't cover you from literally anything. But
it does on some sides, but yeah.
maybe, like, if you do this, like, some weird pushing shenanigans, you can glitch a ship through. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Would that get you banned from the tournament? I have no idea. I don't think they have rules for exploits like that. They might do. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's take a look at these initial deployments. So, MNF going to be sending to the ACAP.
I think we're gonna restart.
What makes you say that?
Ships
Salvo's
are shooting
coming
each other.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not dealing damage anymore because, you know,
Yeah, no
team damage, but, like, ships are slowing down again and...
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna...
There's another Vampire 2 in this lineup. I still haven't seen a Vampire 2 being super useful. We had the one earlier in Northern Waters that just pushed around the corner and killed the Z, but that was basically because, you know, the Z was power on and just took jobs.
So the restart is going to be taking place. We are back in the training room. And we get to go through that all again.
I'm not gonna change game scene. Fuck that.
I am.
Yeah, here you can see the training room. With all the players readying up. We can't see the ship lineups here because that would be fucking stupid. And we are in the spectators. Didn't Wargaming make it so there was like 40 spectator slots for international finals or something?
They did, yeah.
Apparently they reversed that. I wonder why. Maybe the game couldn't handle that really well.
Well, there was a lot of instabilities when we had 40 people in there. It was server overloaded, server overloaded, server overloaded, server overloaded.
I know, right?
Overloaded. It turns out that having 64 people connected to each other might probably be the exact limit of the game. Which makes sense.
Kind of weird though, because like it's only spectators.
Yeah, but 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64.
I mean, you have like, you know, you have games like, you know, Dota or something where like literally everyone can spectate the running game in game.
Yeah, but you have to remember, Henning, that Wargaming is a small indie company.
I like how you're laughing about your own joke there.
I know. That's because I'm hilarious, Henning. I'm absolutely 100% the funniest man in the room.
Yeah,
because I'm in an empty room right now.
Yeah, apparently one of the MNF guys had a PC issue.
Manefata. Do 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 do. Manefata. Do 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 do. Manefata. Do 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 do.
Wap is asking if they're gonna run the same comp. I mean, they have to. Like, you are not allowed to change your comp after a restart.
They're changing player though. Is that allowed?
Yes, it is. You can exchange players as long as the ships are still the same. Like, the lineup needs to be the same, the rest is okay.
Okay.
Like, that's why you have multiple people there. So, like, I imagine one of these guys now crashes and can't get back in. You know, then you have to replace him. There's no way around it.
Oh yeah, because that actually happens. Remember, we had to fucking phone Conway to get press accounts once.
Uh-huh.
I have Conway's phone number. Do you have Conway's phone number?
No.
Anyway, we're getting back into the game.
I remember, like, a few cuts ago, that, like, for example, Elegant just fell asleep, and we could hear him snoring in TeamSpeak. So we kind of had to replace that.
Yeah, just replace the whole TeamSpeak at that point. Anyway, back into the game. We will be seeing game 1 of this best of 3 series between MNF and Ruff. And MNF will be on the green team. They will be running Ohio, Des Moines, Salem, Moscow, Gearing, Z52.
And I have a Montana in Ohio, double Des Moines, double Venezia, Gearing, Vampire 2, and Ragnar on the side of Ruff.
Indeed. So, let's quickly talk about this Montana pick. Slightly off meta, because it no longer overmatches the Des Moines, because of the IFHA Platinum rework. Do you think Montana still has a place in King of the Sea?
No.
Okay, good talk.
I honestly, I guess issues with Montana just all over the ship. On paper, it has really good stats overall, like DPM, Alpha, penetration is not the worst, even though it's really not great anymore. It has good armor, it is pretty, like, its mobility is pretty good, even though its ridership is a bit yikes. Its concealment is average, it has an improved heal, so it actually has a lot of survivability.
These sound like good points. What's wrong with it?
The problem is the guns don't do anything.
Good talk, good talk.
Like, you're semi-accurate, but your shells are extremely slow, and you tend to shoot at very high ranges. And even if you shoot, like, stationary targets, you don't really overmatch a lot anymore.
No, tell that to Vlex and his DM PTSD. Anyway, let's take a look at these initial deployments. So, ACAP for, this is MNF, right? Yeah, MNF going to be sending Gearing, Salem, Moscow, Ohio at the ACAP. The ACAP is going to be manned by possibly just a Moscow hanging around the outside of Train Radar. And they're going to be sending Z52 Des Moines, Ohio over the CCAP. And you have a different comp, a different lineup, a different deployment.
Yes, I have Ragnar and the Venezia going towards A in high speed. Another Venezia slacking a bit behind together with the Montana. A Vampire 2 is gonna try to reverse into B on the 7-9 gap. And a Gearing, double Des Moines, Ohio are going for the contest on C. I expect the Des Moines to, at least one of the Des Moines to go up to 10-9. Probably together with the Ohio.
I'm a bit confused about this Vampire 2 deciding to reverse him when he could have just literally YOLO'd the fuck out of the island. I suppose he was
There's a
afraid of the
Z52. He probably doesn't want to, like, commit.
Yeah, but if you back that up with if you had the Ragnar cut in between A and B, you could quite easily win that 2v1.
Yeah, the problem is you don't really know what exactly can support this Z initially, so you just want to, like, you don't want to commit immediately, you just want to, like, see what's happening at the start, and then you can still commit later. It's a bit safer approach. It's gonna cost you a few points because you don't get the cap, like, a minute later, maybe. But it's better than risking a ship for no reason.
Is it?
The Gearing actually topped into the path of the Z52 here. I'm pretty sure the Z just high vote. Okay, it does find the tops.
Yep, the crew is currently manning the poopy stations as they shit their pants.
And the Moscow radar here. He got spotted. Montana's trying to lob that island. I think he can actually do that.
He did.
Yeah, that was quite a bit of damage.
He does catch the Vampire 2 in his radar after losing however the fuck much health he just lost there.
Wasn't that much, but he's actually reversing. He needs to go forward. Like, what?
Before Salvo 2 comes in.
It's a Montana, so it's probably like accuracy mod, so 30 seconds reload. So it's kind of accelerating time. But still, that was kind of risky.
Yeah,
the Moscow position in general is not safe at all.
No, but it's fine though, because the Montana's guns don't do any damage.
Well, there's now 2 Des Moines farming him.
Yep.
And he can't despot.
Well, the Ragnar has taken the ACAP for Ruff. The Gearing has taken the C-cap for Ruff.
And now the Moscow's reversing to the next Montana, so no!
Salvo out.
Oh dear.
Remember, Montana guns don't do anything.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so Double Des Moines going to finish off this Moskva. I think he's on a triple fire right now. He has popped his Damacon, he is unspotted, but he's lost his engine.
The Moskva's are dead.
He's lost his engine to the Montana salvo. He's got a stern fire as well. Doesn't have Damacon. Goes down. How does...
Yeah, that is just the positioning error. You don't put the Moskva there.
Oh,
You
Vampire
just
2.
don't.
Vampire 2 now going to take the B cap. So they're now taking one cap at least, and they have the other two completely blocked and in control.
Yeah, double Venezia on the A side, smoke themselves up, just pushing a bit forward, shooting the Salem that's just spotted by the Wagner. And like the Gearing could spot the Wagner, but he doesn't want to, because then the Venezia is just gonna slap him for a lot of damage.
Yeah, as soon as you spot this Ragnar, he radars you with a stealth radar, and then you just take all of the damage in the world from the Ragnar and the two Venezias, and you're going to cry about it, and you're just gonna probably die.
Yep. Especially since Gearing doesn't have a heal as well, and Wagner does. So the Wagner would take damage from Moskva Salem in return. But he would just, like, disengage and heal, and your Gearing can't, and you just die eventually.
Massive push coming through the C cap right now for MNF.
Yeah.
Ohio got massively chunked by the rough Ohio on his way through there. Lost about 25,000 on one salvo.
Yeah. Mega Kid and Mr. Des Moines also took 20k from the Ohio there in one salvo. But he's now despotted because of the Gearing smoke. That's set really well here. It does despot the Ohio though. So he needs to find an angle to actually get the spots back. There's drops coming for the Ohio as well.
Gearing still spotted.
Drops should be spotted.
Buff Enterprise gets himself dark. Manages to evade a lot of that damage.
The Ohio might be able to dodge these stops. Yeah, he does.
Got
Okay.
around that.
This is a risky push from MNF here.
Yeah.
Like, they're pushing with 4 ships into 5.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
It would have been 5 versus 5, but the Moscow's fucking dead already.
Yeah. The Moscow decided to treat like 3 sets from Montana.
Back at the A cap, we see this Gearing drop the smoke screen for the Salem and the Ohio, and they're just going to sit there. Moscow is going to be the only one who's spotted at the minute. So, action is all going to be at the C cap till that smoke screen expires. Des Moines.
Salem is trying to turn out here while tops are approaching. That's. I hope you're actually turning out and not just waiting in the smoke, otherwise it's gonna be ugly.
Well, Des Moines of Dr. Yuck took a big hit, and so are those torpedoes going to hit the Salem?
Nope, they just expire, apparently.
Nice.
Oh, and it's Venezia tops, never mind. Okay, that makes sense.
What, did you think it was Ragnar tops?
I didn't realize there was a Wagner there.
Understandable.
So, yeah, I don't think the C push is gonna end well for MNF
No,
here.
both Des Moines are spotted and reversing right now as torpedoes coming towards them. He's going to take that torpedo. Yeah, that's... ouch.
But like the Ohio has time of his life right now. It's just shooting Ohio's in open water that can't really angle it at all. In the background, I just saw Venezia from WAF losing like 60% of his HP. So
that happened.
probably just fucked up his angling a little bit.
Yeah, this is just meat for the grinder right now with MNF just pushing when they don't really need to or really shouldn't do. Like, if...
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. Like, yeah, just push into the doom.
Ohio's going to park up behind this island. That leaves the Des Moines who's got unspotted a little bit of wiggle room to turn out, but it might be too late for that because he's going to get respotted by that Vampire 2 relatively soon.
Yes, now. You might actually get away with this.
Depends whether the Ohio has a shot loaded or not. Nope, there it is. Let's see.
Yeah, the one actually already angled, so he should be fine unless he gets unlucky, which, well, it's possible.
It's an Ohio. You don't angle to an Ohio.
Well, you do, to not get absolutely shat on, but...
Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't get absolutely shat on. So
What happened to the MNF
success.
Ohio over at A? He's apparently lost all of
He
his
went
health.
aggressive on the 4 line, tried to get a cheeky cyber, got the cheeky cyber, didn't delete anything, and then he just got punished in return.
Well, here comes
He
the
might
Montana
also have
salvo.
just...
That doesn't do anything. Montana guns don't do anything, remember, Henning? He's about to go down now to the Ragnar, who's farming him at max range. Actually, he doesn't. He managed to get dark.
I'm getting trash talked in my chat.
Are you? By who?
Like Sarah's 130. Thank you.
Does he disagree with your take on Montana?
I don't think that's the case, but I mean, he's trash talking me, which is deserved, I think. Because I kind of bullied him on Bar's Discord.
Okay. We don't condone bullying here, Henning. We just bully. We just bully you instead.
He named himself on his Discord Henning Smells, so I just renamed it to Henning is Great. Because, you know, I have the power there.
I want to point out something, Henning. MNF have 3 caps.
Yes, but they're also kind of out of ships.
They are. But Ruff have to counter push back into this at some point.
Well...
They don't have to counter push back into very much.
Oh, another Venezia loses half his health there.
Oh,
on the yay side.
That Ohio was down at 2,000, and now he's just half healthing Venezia's left and right. Montana salvo coming in towards the Ohio, but remember, it does nothing, so it's not going to do any much.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Z52 and Vampire 2 going to be spotting each other in the Battle of the Hydro DDs. Des Moines will be spotted behind that. Watch out for the Ohio salvo. That does do something.
Yeah, Storp's going for the Venezia Ragnar blob, but I think they should be fine here.
Torpedoes heading towards the Z52.
Actually, one of the Venezias might catch the second set here if he doesn't accelerate now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I think he's going to take 2 at most. The back.
Yes, and it might actually kill him.
Nope, but
he
the shells might.
But there's more shells coming, so he actually goes down.
And remember, if that Montana's guns worked, that'd be dead. Vampire 2 took a lot of damage in the background, still burning in a fire. He traded badly with the Z52 and the Des Moines. This counter push that is necessary isn't going too well. They've got the Montana into B though, so that should be able to do
A and B is blocked. They need to get I need to hurry up and block C though. Actually, the Vampire 2 is down to 600 health. How did that happen?
Like I just said, he lost the trade badly with the Des Moines and the Z52. He got caught in a radar and the Z52 shot him.
That makes sense. So I need to dislodge this Ohio, which is actually not super easy without trading.
Venezia, again, loses half of his health to the Moskva and Ohio combination.
And this Ohio got a lot of value out of his gun. He's actually beached full bots. Oh god.
Yep.
Waff, what are you doing?
Throwing, apparently.
He is unspotted now, but
Okay, reassessing the situation. Ohio is being charged by Gearing and Des Moines right now. The torpedoes came out.
How much value can this Ohio
None.
get out of his position? Actually, that's none because he just decides to reverse while there's a Gearing there. Okay.
Z52 now going to be forced out. He is alone versus 2 Des Moines, Gearing, and Ohio. He cannot stick around. What he needs to do is somehow try and get that pick on the Vampire 2. I think he should be fine.
He needs to play. He needs to try to keep the spots on this blob behind him, and the Des Moines friend he has left needs to get the farm done with the use of these islands, but it's gonna be risky.
Montana and his no damage guns are going to be shooting at the Ohio, doing no damage. Venezia goes down after beaching full broadside in front of the Salem, Moskva, and Ohio. Now they need to rotate this Gearing, get him to do something useful in the middle. He can possibly go, spot that Ragnar for the Moskva and Salem, but it's a bit risky. They can start farming down that Montana in the middle of B-Cap as well, and they just somehow need to try and find this pick on this Vampire 2, which they still just kind of got. Spotting is being done by the Z52 over on C-Cap. He does see the advancing line of Des Moines, Ohio. He doesn't see the second Des Moines and the Gearing, but he knows exactly where they are. That's going to leave this single Des Moines to try and farm down all 4 of those. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, he's just running.
Salem gets spotted in front of the Montana, and these 0 damage guns going to actually do some damage and go dev strike him through the nose.
Alright. Yeah, you don't want to bow tank a battleship at 9 kilometers. That's just generally a bad idea.
Yeah, and the hopes and dreams of match 1 for MNF going to be slowly whittled away, even though they did get some picks that honestly...
There was some nice counterplay going on, yeah. Mostly because Ruff was kind of rolling a little bit.
Yeah, breaching broadside and Venezia in front of things is not the best course of action generally.
Like, using both your Venezias there was a bit unnecessary, but I mean...
if this Z52 can somehow sneak up on the Montana...
That 52 needs to death strike stuff right now.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna do that.
I mean, look at the Vampire 2's hell. We know where he is. He does not.
The Vampire 2 is gonna play safe. He doesn't need to do anything anymore. He has gotten B, he has help on C, so his job is done. He just goes to J10 and chills.
Moskva gonna be trying to long-range farm down the Montana, but you don't have time to do that. You need to start, like, rotating through B. You need to get a
thing for
cash.
MNF is, they need to actually do something.
Ragnar gets caught.
He's trying to kill the Ohio here.
He is, but he's risking himself a lot.
Especially since the Des Moines has an angle on him, you know.
Ohio got dark. Ragnar's still spotted.
Yeah, he's popping a heal right now.
Z52 gonna be able to spot him even when his guns go down.
The Ragnar opened up. That's...
The Ragnar opened up on the Des Moines. He doesn't see the Z52. He's not gonna know that the Z52 is there.
Can they kill the Des Moines though? Montana doesn't do any damage here.
Oh, yeah, you've said that before. Des Moines ticking down to 5k.
I mean,
Zed, open up, please. Zed, just kill it. There, Zed fucking opens up finally. But it's too late. The Des Moines goes down. They get the kill on the Ragnar. Radar comes out from the Des Moines. Gonna be picking up the Z52 behind him.
That's a D. Radar is 8 kilometers away.
And he's being chased by 2 Des Moines and the Gearing and the Ohio. The smokescreen not helping his situation right now. The Gearing gonna be trying to gunboat and farm down to Montana. He's got... No, that's...
He does have a Moscow to help him, but the Moscow is like very far away. He'll just get closer to the battle at this point.
He also needs to switch to AP.
Yeah, probably a good idea. The MNF Ohio literally can't do anything anymore. He just needs to hide.
Z52 gonna be limping out with this radar right now.
Montana's actually stuck there.
Well, does the Z52 get a torpedo angle on that stuck spot? No.
The problem is that Montana needs to reverse to get out, and he might reverse into the top spread.
Montana got shots out towards the Moskva. Moskva gonna angle in time.
Yeah, the Montana's eating a top here if they have range, which they should. It's gonna be one on the stern, which means flooding. So they might actually be able to kill this guy.
They might be they'll get the kill on the Montana.
And he gets stuck again.
Montana switch. The Moskva switches to AP. They should be able to get that. If they can somehow sneak something... They have a second DD. They do. If they can sneak the Gearing down south somewhere, they can maybe chase down the Vampire 2 as well. But it's all about time now. Z52 going to be still spotting that Montana. He is going to go down. Eventually. Montana guns do nothing. In the smoke screen. Do literally nothing to the Z52.
Well.
Okay, so now we need some hero players. The Ohio needs to not get spotted ever. Unfortunately, the Ohio got spotted.
MNF needs 1 kill to win this game right now. The Ohio is still alive at 500. He can't do anything. He literally just needs to hide there and pray that he doesn't die. So this is about the Moskva. Oh god, the Vampire 2 could run to this Moskva.
Oh god.
It's 1 minute 40 left.
He's way out of his range though.
Yes, but he needs to pay attention.
Wargaming Please Buff Enterprise is currently marching his way towards this 540 health Ohio. He is not going to get any more. And that Z52 needs to be very careful. This Ragnar probably... Oh, sorry, it's a Gearing, not a Ragnar. I'm an idiot. Ha! Des Moines radar comes out. Doesn't
hit the Z. Gearing is smoking now.
Torpedoes coming towards that smoke screen for the Z52. Z52 gets spotted by the radar. And can't
catches the Gearing.
Open up. You have to open up.
And the Gearing needs to dodge Z-tops as well.
Shots coming in from the Ohio towards the gearing.
Missed, and the gearing dodges these stops. That's very important. Roth cannot lose a ship here.
Well, he's on 794
die, right?
health. No!
Still dodging. Des Moines takes a drop but doesn't die. And he dies. Okay, and now the game ends. Okay.
Back in the background, I'm pretty sure I saw the Moskva right next to the fucking Ragnar, the vampire as well.
That was very close than it had to be.
Yeah, that was way closer than it had any right to be. Game 1 in this series will be going to Rough. That'll be a 1-0 lead. In this best of 3 series. Whew, bloody hell.
Good game.
Yeah.
I liked it. Alright, so next up, Islands of Ice.
So, Islands of Ice. Fiesta? Fiesta. Are we ready for the Fiesta? Kilibin, Jurak, and Kilibin and Jurak still aren't here, along with forming Jetty. So I guess we just go into
Maybe they just invade in another best of 3 and just stay there.
Alright, so, Islands of Ice. Fiesta, Fiesta. Fiesta, La Fiesta. That's the only thing.
This Montana pick last game, what the fuck? Like,
It did literally nothing. Dev struck like 2 ships.
I mean, the Des Moines... the Moskva, literally every battleship can do that. It's a fucking broadside Moskva that's just reversing into your side. Like, literally every battleship can do that. Like, you can lob this island with a Yamato as well, or an Ohio, or insert random battleship here. A GK can do that.
1 second, Henning. I need to change something really quickly. That's fine. No reason. It's fine. You'll see in 5 minutes. Anyway. Heating up baby food. What? Question mark? I'm very confused.
Why do I feel like you changed the text in the speech bubble again?
I don't know. Oh, well, look who it is.
It is. It is the traitor. Wow. Well, apparently the teams are discussing about how to best cook babies.
I think the other guy in the chat, like, I think he thinks we're talking about him. It's like, no, we're not gonna be, no, we're not that interested in you, Soul Redemption, don't worry. We're on about Killian. Confused? I don't know what's going on there.
Nice. I like how, like, several people are like, oh, you meant me, right?
Yeah. Right.
Let's just not correct anyone because that's just more funnier.
Yep. So Ruff went 1-0 on that. So remember, whoever wins this game moves on to tomorrow. Whoever loses this game is knocked out of the tournament completely.
Yep.
MNF need to pull some fucking tricks out of their bag here on Islands of Ice to try to make something happen. What kind of magical plays do you think they can pull off on Islands of Ice to make something happen?
Well, in general, Islands of Ice has I think Islands of Ice has like 3 main lines of attack. It's 1 line, 10 line, and the island which on like the 6-7 line or what it is.
Uh-huh.
Where you can just push up airships forward without getting them devastated immediately.
How about a gross occur first in the sea cap?
No, well, it goes to curve, just charges through middle.
I mean, I thought about that. I just didn't want to say that because I thought it would have sounded stupid. Because if you charge gross curves through the middle of this map, unironically, that island to the left of the B cap would give you a lot of sharp blocking potential, along with that island ridge on the 6-7 line would also give you a lot of sharp blocking potential, and then you have the big islands in the middle of it.
Problem is, the GK is just too fat and too long, so you can't really use islands.
Is Schlieffen banned? Schlieffen is banned.
Yeah. Schlieffen isn't even available for everyone yet, right?
No, it's only available to the winners of the auction.
Yeah, I don't think that's publicly available.
Also, it hasn't been out for one patch cycle, so.
Yeah.
Unlike the Gold Leo, which nobody's running.
Oh look, Killer Bin is calling you useless. You wanna address that?
I'm sorry. Who are you again?
Fuck's sake.
Annie?
Yes?
It's getting dark outside.
What do you mean it's getting dark outside?
I mean, like, it's actually getting dark outside.
It is literally dark outside already.
Yeah, in Germany.
Yes.
Germany.
Yes. Are you okay?
Yeah. Just scrolling to my Twitch chat.
I am me. Who are you?
Who are you? I'm twitch.tv/Pinzo. Alright, anyway, both teams are ready.
Are they? They are, okay.
Yep.
I stole your joke, by the way.
Which joke? Hello, me. Oh, God, yes, you. Fuck off. I'm going to, like, just ignore you. So anyway, this is going to be game... The scene's going to be, like, you know, a regular game scene. What are we waiting for, Mr. Mark?
We are waiting for the people to press the start button.
Jurak shit-talking you now.
Wow. I feel offended. Budget pay. What the hell?
That's what Shonai calls me. He calls me Panzer of the Lake. I'm not sure why. Yes, you should start. Go. Fucking shoot. Yes. Chop chop, because we're gonna be fucking late for our fucking game if it ever goes to game 3.
Uh-huh.
5, 4, 3, 2.
2, 1. I like that.
Uh-huh. Anyway, game 2 of this best of 3 series between Ruff and MNF will be taking place on Islands of Ice.
Yep. I have no idea which scene I need again.
Game. So,
I took the wrong one. Nice.
well done.
There we go.
Ruff on the green team will be running Montana, Kremlin, Des Moines, Minotaur, Venezia, Gearing, Vampire 2, Ragnar.
I see double Ohio, double Des Moines, Salem, double Moscow, Gearing, and Z52 and MNF side.
So, heading. Is this Montana's guns going to do anything this game?
Well, maybe if MNF decides to park a Moscow full broadside again, then it will probably do something.
Yeah.
Battle
I mean,
starts.
they're basically running all the ships that you hate. Montana, Kremlin, Vampire 2.
I mean, the Kremlin is just a good pick, right?
It's a good
Montana,
pick, yeah, but you hate it.
Montana doesn't really make sense.
I mean, yes, I'll agree with you on that. Alright, let's have a look at where people are going to be dumping these ships at. So, over at the air cap for my team, which is Rough, they're going to be sending Venezia, Des Moines, Gearing, and possibly the Montana. And then to B cap, they're going to be sending their Ragnar. It looks like he's going to be left relatively alone. They might have the Vampire 2 joining him, depends which way this Vampire wants to cut. And then over at C cap, Des Moines, Maiator, and Kremlin. So, Vampire 2 and Ragnar could make some sort of pincer movement around the B cap, we'll see.
Yeah, on the other side, we have MNF leading a gearing with the Des Moines, Moscow, and Ohio towards the A-cap. Meanwhile, the West is kinda going C. So no real mid-presence from MNF here. And 5 ships going towards the C-cap. I expect like the Moskva to go for the 7-line Island Bridge, as I said earlier, while the rest just pushes down on the cap side. Actually, the Salem is going for the Island Bridge as well. It's gonna be a heavy seaside push for MNF.
Yeah, it's going to be very rurally, preferably. Alright, Ragnar looks to be taking the B cap completely for free for the side of Rough. You know, nothing there to contest him. Vampire 2 going to peel off, go to the C cap, and then sit there and... actually, what's this Z52 in Salem doing? They just doing standard things, or...
I mean, you can play a Salem there. You just need to be careful.
Yeah.
As with the Z, I mean, are they just gonna try to get the Z to that island and Hydra there? I mean, it would make sense, right?
It would. He has to run the gauntlet of the Vampire 2's torpedoes.
I mean, you have Hydra.
You do. Whether he chooses to activate Hydra or not is a different matter entirely. Ragnar taking up the C cap.
That's fair.
No, the Z52 does indeed choose to activate that hydroacoustic search and will spot those torpedoes and should probably not take any of them. Should.
Hopefully.
Gets himself towards a C cap. Going to be diving up against that island probably. Not this island. They don't want to run that one. That would be bad. Alright, A cap. Gearing going to be looking for a position. Is he going to be smoking that Des Moines in somewhere, do you think?
Maybe? I mean, which Demon do you mean?
The
The
green
what Des
gearing
Moines?
north of A cap.
I don't think you need a smoke to cross there. Like, you can if you want to play really, really safe, but you really don't have to.
Montana taking some shots at the Ohio, but we all remember that Montana's guns do no damage, so it's going to do absolutely fuck all to the broadside Ohio.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
25,000.
Can you, like, not? Thank you. Was actually a Citadel as well.
Yeah, Z52 going to be taking the C cap, however, he has to be very, very careful because there is a Minotaur and a Vampire 2 encroaching upon his territory right now.
And the Minotaur needs to be careful as well.
Yeah.
He gets spotted at the wrong moment, and the Z is running Hydro right now. And this must press his broadside.
Moscow has his broadside, Ohio will be looking for shots if he comes around.
I don't think the Ohio can get shots. The Ohio is already behind that island.
Depends which way the Minotaur goes. The
That
Minotaur's
is
currently
actually
looking for torps.
leaving this island right now.
Risky.
Yeah.
Broadside Kremlin, not going to take much
Yeah.
damage because it's Kremlin.
Even if Ohio is getting shot by a Wagner now. Very pleasant, very balanced ship.
Much fun.
Approve. He's still refusing to like move or angle Mortis Montana, and the Montana actually does nothing with the servo this time.
Minotaur was spotted. Not too much. Ragnar takes a hit though.
But at the start, not really anything happening just yet.
Yeah,
We do,
relatively passive.
however, expect MNF to just go very, very aggressive with the Des Moines and the Ohio on the 9-9 soon. Probably opting to go around the 9-10 line behind this Minotaur. pushing it into the Moscow Salem, or if he refuses to go forward, he's just gonna get slapped.
Not sure it was worth it for that Ragnar. He lost a chunk of his health and didn't really do much to the Ohio.
Yeah. I mean, the Wagner also didn't really lose that much in turn.
Ohio launched a couple of salvos out towards Venezia.
That's a long range shot. Venezia should be able to dodge it. He doesn't really dodge at all, though. Just not taking damage.
Same thing.
Okay.
Okay, what's happening over at Seacap? Muggy Cat has taken a big hit from something. I think he gave too much sight of the Des Moines, got caught out. He's now on fire, beached up against this island. Oh dear, this could be very painful.
God.
That Des Moines is just going to go charging.
Yeah, and you can't really top there. This stupid island nose is just gonna block you. He's just perma spotted as well, so
Yeah, he's stuck in Des Moines
actually
hydro.
MNF's Ohio is shooting at 30 kilometers at this guy as well. Spotter plane is up. You can just take these shots every time. Yeah, and you're not gonna make this turn, you're gonna bleach again. The Kreml trying to shoot this Des Moines, but Kreml dispersion says no thanks and is going absolutely everywhere but the Des Moines.
There we go. Oh,
Yeah.
Mike dumps his torps, doesn't really get it. He gets two of them out, and they're just going to be ignored.
But he was just dead, yeah.
Yeah.
So now Des Moines can choose to either reverse or go forward behind that island. Both are safe. He can just start farming the Kreml with HG as well. While the Ohio should just go in front of him and just perma spot the Kreml for him.
Vampire 2 going to be smoking up the Kremlin.
Doesn't even work.
Not when the Vampire 2 is going in that direction, and he's currently caught in a radar.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Des Moines, doesn't decide to, shot block. Because this Kreml can just shoot him. And at 10 kilometers, you can just get devastated.
B-Caps,
just
Salem.
risky.
Salem pushed out, went to get something on the Ragnar, took about half his health for it. ZV2 going to be trying to cap.
It's a Salem, he's fine. And it's a Ragnar, so he's fine. Which is weird. The Montana actually relocated way closer towards B in the meantime, so maybe the Salem is actually not that fine. He needs to be really careful with his angling here. The Montana side was coming in.
Yeah,
and
Montana
it
guns.
does about nothing. Okay.
So if you say Montana guns, then it does nothing. If I say Montana guns, it's the depth strike. Is that how it works?
Apparently, yes. I mean, you saw there what happens if the Salem just angles. You can't overmatch Salem side armor or deck armor.
Alright, let's assess the current situation. So, MNF currently up 2 caps. They have a third cap blocked by Des Moines. They are currently up 70 points. They are also up a ship.
They're up a ship, yes. They are playing with fire here with the Des Moines on the 910 line though. I would not stay in open water to a Kreml.
He's not spotted because of the Vampire 2 and his giant million-year-long smoke
He's
screen.
spotted now. Ohio pushes forward into the torps.
Yep. Convenient timing. He's just like, oh, Des Moines, careful, this torpedo's coming. Let me just catch them for you. Oh,
and
God.
there's the Citadel from the Kreml on the Des Moines. Yeah, that was just about to... Yeah. You almost died there. Why? There was no reason to. Just park behind an island. Just poke your bow out so you don't get spotted and you can still shoot the Kreml. With both your front guns.
My favorite part of this is they know exactly where the Vampire 2 is at all times. So they knew those torpedoes were coming because there's a giant, look at me, I'm a Vampire 2 smokescreen that's been following around for the last 2 minutes because he smoked it earlier. Radar comes out, doesn't catch the Vampire 2. Ohio turns full broadside the Kremlin, takes a bit of punishment for it.
Yeah. Yeah, now the Des Moines is playing smart. But this is what you have to do.
The other Des Moines, on the other hand, is getting caught kind of broadside to Salem.
Yeah, he's angling in time, Bill. What is happening on the 1-9, by the way? MNF Ohio actually relocated all the way up there. Is trying to push up now, I think.
Montana trying to cross map the Ohio is what's happening. That's 10k.
10k, not bad. This Ohio somehow likes taking broadside shots from this Montana.
What's
It's
this
kinda
gearing
weird.
doing? What?
He's not spotted.
He isn't.
This
No.
Demon is not running Hydro Raider right now.
Oh, we have a YOLO.
This is not a good YOLO. The Demon can just go forward. He's not spotted, and he's right next to Venezia, with guns on the correct side.
Now the Des Moines hydroing.
Venezia actually shot the Ohio.
The Ohio shot the Des Moines. The gearing's opening up on the other gearing. Oh, Des Moines getting punished.
Yeah, Des Moines is fast forward, and now he's bound to everything, so...
Yeah, but
I mean, Fragment is gonna die for this.
he is. He's gonna smoke up in the Des Moines radar hydro range, praying that one of his teammates can finish off this Des Moines before he goes down. Doesn't. Can they at least get the kill on the Des Moines? He's down to 10k.
There's no way he survives. Well, Moscow shooting AP, this is odd.
This is where I look at the other side of the map now.
Ohio took a top. Yeah, MNF's Ohio is not in a good shape here, down to 28k.
Yeah, but
there is no HE spam left though, so there's no permafire threat. He is still getting broadside to this Montana, so why?
B cap, we see a radar coming out from the Des Moines, going to be spotting the Z52 and the Salem. The Salem's also going to be radaring and spotting the Ragnar. It's going to be a very brawl is happening right now.
Very bloody.
Ragnar beaches in front of the
Salem. Yeah, this
Salem.
Ragnar is beached. He might actually just die here.
Des Moines going to be looking to trade with the Z52, but the Z52 is going to get out of
the
radar
Z52
range.
can try to block, shot block here. I think the Z52 is going to be fine.
Yep.
Yeah, he's actually unspotted directly. The Ragnar, however, not so much.
Well, he's now unspotted.
Yeah. Yeah, on the bottom of the ocean. The Ohio on the one that actually did not get punished for showing broadside still. The Montanas are only doing 8k. Montana actually might... never mind. It's their tops, they don't have range. What is happening on the 10-9 in the meantime?
Stuff.
MNF's Ohio pushing forward still. I don't know why, but he does it. As long as he doesn't eat tops, he could just go for a wham on the Kremlin and just seal the deal.
Well, the Des Moines Hydro in the tops right now.
Yeah, does the Hydro have range to these tops though? I
Yeah.
don't think. Ah, okay.
Des
Actually,
Moines
the
kills
Z52
Z52.
manages to somehow die. Okay.
Well, Salem and Des Moines are going to probably, like, die now. One of the two. I don't know which. The Des Moines,
I think
apparently.
they're mine. Yeah, they're mine. He's getting shot by everything.
Oh, the Z52 tried to get a top run on the Des Moines and got caught in the radar.
But you knew he was there.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So the question is, can Ruff kill this Ohio before he rams the Kremlin? Could be.
Can the
Montana's
Kremlin
out
get the kill
doing a
on the
check.
Des Moines? Yeah, well, the Montana guns don't do anything.
Yeah, Vampire smoking up, just shooting this Ohio now. The question is, does this Ohio still have a heal or not? Well, he did find one right the fuck now, so... I don't think they get the Ohio kill here before the ram happens.
I think it's a drive-by.
The Ohio will just commit to the ram. Kremlin is... Yeah.
I hope you brought a flag.
Even without that, it's death.
There we go. Battleship's ram.
And, well, Ruff is without counterplay. At this point.
Yeah, Ruff completely zoned out of all the caps. They can force Venezia into A cap. That's not going to do very much. They can force the Montana into B cap. But actually, they can force the Montana through the B cap and kill the Sailor if they really want to. But this leaves the Vampire 2, who has to fight a Des Moines.
It's going to take too much time. The Montana needs to turn around and then go. And at that point, the game will already be over. They have 3 caps and 850 points.
Yeah, points are ticking very rapidly. Remember, it is 2 points per second. 2 points per every 3 seconds, sorry. So, yeah, 2 points a second.
Yep, the Vampire tries to, like, farm this Des Moines, but he's just gonna go shot block behind this island, and the Vampire is actually just low as well. And it's still a really healthy moss, but it's just gonna cut off his retreat. The vampire is actually stuck now.
He's also dropped his smoke screen, so he has no way of spotting them.
I mean, MNF can just go for the kill here. Like, they have two waiters here, both in range. The Lemoyne just goes forward, one of them waiters, and the vampire is done for.
Mine's still spotted. So
There's the waiter.
there we go.
6 seconds delay. Well, the vampire just decides to shoot. Moskva Cyber doing half of his remaining HP, and the Lemoyne just killed him.
Yeah, vampire choosing to shoot HE at that angle. Lemoyne could have probably got a bit more out of it with the AP. Montana.
I don't think it matters. It's like, yeah, the game is ending in like 5 seconds.
Yeah. Alright, we will be getting on into our game 3 of this series. Question mark?
Yeah, the first equalizer of this day we are getting to cast. Nicely done. Recognizing the weaknesses of the enemy on the 10 line, getting this Minotaur to kill. Really nicely done. And then winning the fight in the middle. That means the next map is gonna be Warrior's Path.
Uh-huh. So we get to have a fiesta. Bring this to the blah blah blah. Henning, remember when I used to be able to talk?
That's not allowed.
I used to be able to make words come out of my mouth and it used to be able to make sense, but that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Alright, these guys need to hurry up because we're going to be late for our third game. Chop chop!
When does our last best of 3 start?
20 minutes. Or 18 minutes. Yeah. So we might miss game 1. They'll hold it for 5 minutes for us. Actually, they might hold it a bit longer because it's the last game of the day.
I think we are just gonna miss game 1, honestly. If they play on time, then there's no way. So yeah, these clans, these teams, so to say, are fighting for their survival in COTS, and coming down to the last map for them. Oh boy, I know how it feels to be in this position, and I can assure you, it's not great. It feels way better if you just win 2 games in a row and just be done with it.
Yeah. Can you just win? Just win. Just win. Advice from 2-time COTS winner, Darth Henning. 2-time international COTS winner, 3-time European COTS winner, right?
Yes.
Did you ever win an international COTS after not winning the European one?
That is not possible. Wait, that is possible, but I didn't do it. You know what the problem is? Every time I went past the quarterfinals in the COTS, I just won COTS. Or I just dropped out earlier.
Yep. Every time that I've made it in the quarterfinals of COTS, I've dropped out too. I mean, won it too.
Like let me think about it. I lost in like round of 8 or something, round of 16 at some point. I think we lost in round of 16 twice. Or did I? No. We lost against Rain in round of 16, and we lost against, I think it just Junk when I was in Omni still. That was, I think, quarterfinals. Yeah. I think I played in 5 COTS total, and I won 3 of them, so that was fun.
You have a 60% win rate.
Yes.
So you're an average player. Wait.
In COTS.
I think I have a 70% win rate in COTS, but that's because we get knocked out. And then when you get knocked out, well, yeah.
Well, win rate as in win the tournament, you know? Not win games.
Schmedeals. Alright, game 3. This is taking place on the other map. You know, the one on the right-hand side of this preview right now. The one that says, like, you know, map's name. Yep. My fucking... Oh, right, that's why. There we go. Warrior's Path. So, Warrior's Path. Fiesta. It's the long and the short of it. You know.
Yeah.
That's Irons of Ice King. Can the fucking preview update when I fucking do it? Honestly, I need Warrior's Path. Boom. Go.
It's fine.
There we go. So, push down the 1 line, push down the 10 line, everything claps in the middle at B, and people explode on the way. Boom, done. Are we expecting to see this Montana for a 3rd time?
I mean, so far, like, it didn't really do anything, did it?
No, it did
Like,
literally nothing.
it did fancy cross-shot cycles, which you can just do in a Yamato or Shikishima as well. And arguably better. And in game 1, like there was nothing special that they did with it.
So what you're saying is, yes.
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 Like, I can imagine they want it because it gives you increased tankiness over other battleships.
Like
But
Ohio
if you're just
or
playing
Kremlin.
it, like long duration sustain. For example, if you have a Montana, just getting HE spammed, then a Kremlin is like actually just doing worse against that. Kremlin does not like HE spam at all.
Oh, it depends. Depends on what's HE spamming you. Depends on how bad its fire chances on the day.
The thing is, a Kremlin does have good armor, but it has a heal less. It does, and it also doesn't have an improved heal, and it's at some point running out of damage cons. Like, if you actually get spammed hard, then Kremlin is not the greatest.
So what you're saying is they should bring a GK instead.
The big problem I see with this approach is the kiting battleship is rarely gonna get HE spammed that hard. Like your stronger here that you have on this Montana, it just never came into play here in these 2 games so far. So if you don't really use that, then why don't you take a Yamato instead? Or if you wanna shoot like battleships instead, or angled Moskvas, take a Kong. Just take a Kong. Just be that asshole and take a Kong.
Yeah, Conqueror's a solid pick. Like, especially on a kiting flank.
Like, it's not stupid strong anymore because Deadeye doesn't exist. Thank fucking god. But it's still good. The thing with Kong is you can actually apply really strong pressure on the enemy battleship with it. And you're not gonna die ever. Like, there's just no way you die.
Oh.
Well, the team's taking their time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna miss game 1.
Yep.
Only we're starting in 2 minutes. So, Mr. Painter.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, we had 2 days of qualification where everything was the same. Is tomorrow gonna be the same as today? The answer is no.
I wasn't listening to you. I'm tuning you out. I'm currently molding.
Alright. So, unlike last week, where we had just 2 great days of qualifications, because it was 24 groups, and the first 12 groups played on the first day, and the second 12 groups played on the second day, this time it's gonna be different, because the first group stage is just like basically another qualifier to get into the actual group stage. And tomorrow we're gonna have the actual group stage where the top seeds of the last King of the Sea and clan battle seeds and all of that are also included, which means we have all the good clans like Alia, Bensivi, etc, etc. So then the spice begins.
I didn't
Are
listen
you
to a word
excited
of
for that?
Yes, I'm excited for tomorrow. I'll be more excited to get into this goddamn game.
Yeah, and I'm also excited to see how Bensivi is gonna throw group stage again.
Yes.
Which would be pretty bad for us, because then we can't cast the last game.
Well, we can if we ask permission from the opponents. We just have to figure out who the fuck that is.
Yeah, that's also, like, not fixed, so...
Alright, game
know.
3.
Game 3.
Game 3 of this best of 3 series between MNF and Rough. And it's MNF that's going to be on the green team, so let me get into the spawns reverse scene. Blah, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah.
for fuck's sake, again, just the wrong one.
One day you'll learn. So, MNF, green team, going to be running Ohio High, Des Moines, Salem, Moscow, Gearing, Z52, and they are going to be matched by the red team of
Montana, Ohio, Double Des Moines, Venezia, Moscow, Gearing, Vampire 2, and Wagner. And the Montana's back, okay.
So, Henning, how is your favorite ship Montana going to perform in this game?
General quarters.
There are cross shots angles you can use it for, again.
I have seen some interesting cross shots onto a certain on this island here from it was Velex, wasn't it? Got dev struck
Can
by
you tell me what this island here is? Because I can't see it.
No, I can't. Because there's a million of them. And I can't remember which one it was exactly. So I just pointed at a random island and said that one because I was hoping that you weren't going to draw attention to it.
Checkmate. Alright, where are your ships going?
Initial deployments for the green team. They're going to be sending to the A cap, a Des Moines, a Moscow, a Gearing, and an Ohio over at the B cap. I think they're going to be rotating this Moscow. He's going to go from some random loops and then turn himself down here. Z52 going to be heading into the B cap. Ohio, Des Moines, and Salem going to head to the C cap. And then once the Z52 gets through this B cap, he'll probably be rotating over to C to join them if he doesn't get locked down in there. Where are your ships going?
The Vampire 2 is, funnily enough, not going into B, which is surprising. It's actually going towards A with the Venezia, Ohio, and Moscow. The Ragnar is going to be instead. Behind it, it's the Montana that's probably just parking kind of central. Oh god, central positioning, Kappa. Meanwhile, a Gearing and Double Des Moines going towards C. Is that what's happening? Did Ruff like watch too much Flamu?
Possibly, I don't know. Right, anyway, so Z52 and Ragnar are going to be having some sort of meeting in the B cap relatively soon, I think. It's probably just going to be a case of, I'm going to radar over here. Okay, my radar's over now. And then
That actually needs to be really careful about this. If the Wagner finds a window, just go around the corner and shoot him.
Well,
yeah.
he's backed up by Salem, Ohio, Moscow, and Des Moines, so I don't know about that.
That's what I mean, if he finds a window. He just needs to be a bit, careful about his positioning and stuff.
I mean, if that Ragnar was to turn around and head up the 5 line, sure, he would just murder the Z. There's literally nothing to spot him there.
I mean, the Z Hydro obviously would do that.
Well, radar comes out, he is going to spot the Z if we do. But,
maybe the Des Moines gets a salvo in, but that's kinda it.
yeah, Des Moines salvo out. Ragnar's going to be caught in the Hydro.
It doesn't even connect. Meanwhile, the Wagner did not commit to the island, so he actually has to leave.
Well, if Ragnar committed to the island, he would be stuck in there for a very long time.
He's actually dodging backwards. Just, you don't do that. Like, it doesn't give you anything. You have to, like, leave the cap anyway, so just go forward and just leave.
It's fine. If it's a battleship salvo, you can reverse and do that.
The Salem actually taking a big chunk in return. 17k from that Ohio, from the 3-4 line. Was a good start.
So, Z52 going to take B, going to start with a point income for the green team.
Yep. So, MNF actually having no DD on C. That's quite interesting. They have 3 raiders though. Salem actually popping his radar right the fuck now. Doesn't even catch anything. Even the mine is out of range.
Wait, did the Salem radar?
I think so.
Yeah, Des Moines is out of range.
Oh, no, the mine is radar, yeah. The mine just entered the range. So it is a radar Salem. Which makes it a bit more dangerous if you look at these gearing tops.
Yeah.
Those are long range gearing tops though, so you're just gonna take 1 at most.
Ragnar just took 5,000 from something. Must be in the Ohio. That's spotted by the Z52.
Wasn't it just the damage he took from earlier?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just saw his health bar move.
Yeah, you might age a top here.
With the Salem.
The
Ragnar.
Blop.
Yep.
That's kind of unfortunate, because now it's not even sure if he can kill the Z on his own.
Salem also takes the top.
Oh. Actually took a lot of damage.
Yeah. And now he's gone forward as well. If he gets respotted here, he's gonna suffer at the... Actually...
It's only a Demon, and this Demon does not want to open up right now. He needs to wait for the gearing to smoke him up.
You say it's only a Demon. There's also the Montana over there. The Montana shells don't do anything.
I mean, the Montana's far. Salem is not gonna go forward. He's gonna reverse.
He was going forward, though. That was the problem. He's also in the cap.
Yeah, he just wants to cap you. That's
Ragnar
actually...
gonna be radaring the Z52.
Well, here we have some trading going on.
Yeah, he wasn't...
Well, Z52 left radar range already, so it shouldn't take too much.
Yeah.
This was the second radar from the Ragnar, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
He used one at the start.
Got one left.
Yep. Needs to dodge Z-tops yet again, but this time he should be fine.
Vampire 2
So
and
what's
Gearing.
happening on A, yeah. Gearing and Vampire 2 are running into each other right now.
Yeah, both spotted. Are they gonna shoot? Yeah, the Gearing's gonna open
Gearing
up.
opens up. Moskva does have shots on him as well. The Vampire thinks he does have the worst end of this engagement, so he just smokes.
No, he smokes and shoots. Why didn't you just open up if you're gonna smoke anyway? Okay. And now the Des Moines radars. Vampire dudes get caught in the radar. You've burned your smoke. You've not done any damage to the Gearing.
You're actually gonna take quite a bit more damage here.
Yeah.
You're like 1 kilometer inside of the radar range. Moskva actually misses a salvo. And remember, Vampire 2 does not have a heal. So all this damage is permanent. And this means this Vampire can't fight the Gearing anymore on his own. Because this health disadvantage is pretty big.
Z52 is going to be trying to recap B in the meantime.
Yep, Wagner radar's down. He needs to be careful of this Des Moines that actually just sneaked up into the 7 line here.
Yeah, but he's radared right now by the Salem and the Ohio has shots.
Yeah. And he's actually overextended quite a bit. The Ohio can easily lob this. Meanwhile on the 10
No,
line,
the Ohio isn't interested. The Ohio is shooting at the other Des Moines.
that's fair, because this other Des Moines is actually at 10k HP.
5k
Now down to
HP.
5k. Yeah, he's bow on. He's not spotted anymore, but he's getting blind fired still.
He's on fire.
He's on a fire. Uh-oh.
He's shot. He's spotted again. He's dead.
Yeah, I think the fire does... I don't think he has damage gun anymore, so he just dies here. Yeah, he goes down. There are drops coming for this Des Moines Moskva blob, so they need to be careful for that. Efficiency stops are a bit awkward. You don't want to like go forward or reverse too much, because there's an angry Montana. That's probably not going to do anything, but you know. I think we've gone far enough with that meme.
Yep.
And Moskva taking one top. He is gonna keep being spotted here.
Oh look, the Montana
actually
guns
doing
did
quite
something.
Quite a bit of damage. But the Des Moines is now unspotted. The Moskva, however, isn't. And the Moskva is not in a great position, considering there's some Des Moines Wagner up his side, and the Gearing is gonna spot him, and he can't really do anything about it.
I'm just looking at the air cap right now. The Vampire 2 is currently hydraing that Gearing behind the island, and the Venezia is looking for shots but can't get anything.
The problem is this Vampire
is now radared. Again.
Yes.
In front of the Ohio, in front of the Moskva, and hunting for the Des Moines. Doesn't have a heal.
Yeah. Problem is this Vampire can't play aggressively because this Venezia is too far away. The Moskva
Des Moines
somehow...
over-peaked again in front of the Ohio. Takes a salvo.
Doesn't really take that much damage. Oh, there's more guns coming though.
Doesn't take that much damage, he says. He gets whiteboard.
Ah. There's a blind salvo coming as well. Another pen.
And cross shots from the other side, from the other Ohio. And now torpedoes from the Z52.
Yeah.
And now another salvo. The Salem's radar is up. The Ohio's looking for
Yeah, they
more
want the Moine kill, which is completely understandable because, yes. How much is it gonna be? Quite a bit. Quite a bit. The Z52 needs to be careful here. There's a Wagner right around the island. I am not sure how safe this Des Moines here is. I don't think Venza can shoot him anymore. But the other Ohio probably can. Like, this island is not high enough.
Yeah, he loved it. He got about 4K. Actually, no, about 2K.
But I'm more interested about the other Ohio servos.
He's accelerated out of the way of it. But this Z52 could probably come get this kill if he wants it. Z52 is currently
busy,
radared by the Ragnar's final radar, yeah.
Yep. Taking quite a bit of damage. Meanwhile, on the A cap, actually, MNF's Des Moines Dr. Uke took a massive hit there as well from the Ohio. He overpeaked as well. Down to 20k. However, I don't really see how WAF is gonna contest A anytime soon, because the Vampire is just too low at this point, and I don't have radar.
Push the Ohio in. He has to wear it at gearing, but that's your only option. Mine still getting spotted, still wiggling back and forth, down to 4,800 health. Healing.
Moskva's actually pushing up the 5 line here. Trying to find broadside shots on the Salem, but I'm not sure who is finding broadside shots on... meanwhile, on the 10 line, Gearing Tops hit the Des Moines and also killed the Moskva. Those are great tops.
Ragnar down to 600 health, 500 health, 400 health, burning.
And he dies.
Down by the Salem.
Yeah, went too aggressively. Took too much damage.
This Des Moines is still spotted between these two Ohios, by the way.
Yep.
Z52 dropped torps at him. That should be the kill. However...
Yeah, if he still tries to hug this island, and he's like trying to get as stuck as possible right now. I think this Des Moines is hideawaying them?
It doesn't matter if he's hiding them, he still can fucking take them. Or is
he? A gap?
There's a gap. He's found it.
No, he got
stuck. Oh no. Oh no.
Yes, and that was a 12k damage torpedo from his Z because 6% torpedo build. Epic. Shoutouts to Blood Legend, by the way.
Oh wow. So, let's reassess the situation. Stuff is happening. Stuff.
Yeah, WAF went, put their Ohio into the A-cap, is trying to get it safe from Gearing Tops, which is, I don't think that's actually a thing. Like, can't get this Ohio safe from everything. The Venezia getting bullied away even further, the Vampire's trying to not get spotted, and I don't even know what this Vampire's doing here. Like, he can't really do anything. Because gets too close to the Moskva, he's gonna get raided. The Moskva's actually in a bad position. I don't even know how he got there.
Yeah. He's in a smoke now, though. But he's still firing, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and there's an Ohio coming around the corner?
Yeah, and there's a Venezia shooting him from over there.
The Moskva actually took a massive hit while shooting him. He is still alive? He's healing? There should be a Venezia cyber coming though. There it is.
Goes down.
Guys, okay. Does the WAF's Moskva survive though? He is going forward, trying to shot block his Ohio salvo.
Pops a radar. That's the I'm going to die radar, which means he's dead, right?
I think he is shot blocking everything important for now. I don't see anything with an angle on him.
Just a Z.
So the big thing is MNF does have 860 points, so they only need one cap. They have two.
Alright, the Des Moines radar, he's caught the Vampire 2, the Moskva, and the Ohio in it. Does the Ohio have shots on the Vampire 2? Does the other Ohio have shots on the Vampire 2?
I mean, the Ohio is just going for the Mind Devastate here.
Which Ohio?
3 line. WAF's Ohio is just going to push forward to get this Des Moines killed.
Oh.
There are some gearing tops that want to have a word with it.
Yes, there are. There's also a Moskva and a Vampire 2 who have to worry about them afterwards.
The gearing stopped hitting a lot of tops though. So, meanwhile, WAF's Montana push into the C cap.
Yes, that's happening.
The problem is
Z52 tops.
he doesn't get an angle on the Des Moines because he's just gonna dodge around this island. And the Salem is probably just reversing, and the Montana can't really afford to leave the cap until he gets it.
Montana's, I mean, Moskva's down to 2,000 health. Des Moines,
the Des Moines
full broadside to
reverses.
it.
And he actually dies, but he trades his... That's actually a good trade, because he doesn't get devastated by the Ohio now for free.
Mm.
Otherwise, this Moskva would have probably been hard to actually kill.
Right.
And now this Ohio is an Ohio action with a queuing toppling its side, so this is looking really bad for Ruff at this point.
And there's this Montana pushing through on the Z52.
I mean, he's not gonna find anything, they're just gonna run.
The enemy is about to
Unless it's magically peaches, which could happen.
Especially if he takes that turn 2 shot.
Venezia, Ohio somehow need to kill the enemy, like basically both Ohio's at this point, without dying. I'm having a look at these giving drops, and I would say that is optimistic.
Mildly.
Oh. Oh no, he goes forward! I thought he would do the game of reverse, but nope.
Well, the optimism pays off.
Well, it doesn't.
It does.
How?
Because he torped him twice. And he's flooding still.
Well, yes, but I was arguing for Ruff's position, not for MNF.
Oh.
I was trying to find a way for Ruff to win this. But, like, as soon as this Ohio dies, the game just ends. They get to exactly 1,000 points with these kills because it gives 40 points. And that is...
Well, congratulations to MNF. They will be moving on into the knockout stages tomorrow.
Wait, not knockout stages.
Well, group stage day 2. Shut up. I'm stupid, okay? Leave me alone, Henning. Right, anyway, we have another game to get to.
Yep.
Congratulations. Right, we'll go find out where the hell that is. The room
And the room
was...
name is Nan. N-A-N,
Uh-huh.
apparently. I got
Nantong.
angrily pinged.
Is the room still up?
I don't know, I am trying to get out of the old room.
Yeah.
Who are we playing? Who are we casting, by the way?
Let me get in the training room and I'll tell you. Nantong. Yeah, the game is already...
Yeah.
Oh. It's okay. Right, let me just clear everything. This game is taking place between...